Hey, beautiful people. So I just realized I forgot to schedule this live prior to me getting on. So I realized some of you may think I wasn't getting on today. I had a doctor's appointment this morning, so it kind of threw off everything today. It threw everything off. So I feel like I'm running behind schedule, but I'm on schedule at the same time. Just the fact that I forgot to schedule this ahead of time, I already know it's gonna throw a lot of people off. So while people are getting notified that I'm live, I'm gonna go ahead and get myself together. Gotta plug my walking pad in. So I'm gonna get myself together. Hey Charity. I can't say, but I hope you're doing well. But I'm glad you popped in, Charity. Cause I was just stating how like I totally forgot to make a schedule, notification that I was coming live. So I was like, I don't think anyone's gonna know I'm coming on today. Because normally like Teresa or Pow Pow or people beat me in, my day was thrown off, you know. So I had to hit the good old doctor's appointment. But I'm glad you popped in, Charity. Thank you for just coming in and saying hey. Let me go ahead and put in what's gonna happen today. Okay, so walk and talk to me. How are you? Oh, they will pull up. Wait for it. Yeah, the funny thing is, yesterday I almost got off yesterday because the numbers were looking very, very low. There was like no one in the chat. I didn't see anybody from like the core group yet. And I was like, ugh. But I stayed on. It ended up being like a total of like 500 people that actually got on. Even if the numbers go up, down, up, down, up, down. It was a total of like almost 500. So I'm glad I did stay on. So I'm going to stay encouraged and stay on today. You already gave me some hope and some happiness. Um, so we're going to do a 1 hour walk today. Let me go ahead and get this going. Oh, Dante was looking for you yesterday, Charity. So maybe he will see that you popped in. Okay. So yeah, y'all, I'm dressed a little bummy today. Dante's doing good. Dante's becoming one of the core. He likes to, he's always on here for the most part. He may pop in a little late, but yeah, he was looking for you and Savannah yesterday. So I got a topic for him today. He likes to drink alcohol, so we're gonna talk about the alcohol effects on the body. I just came with a few things to talk about. I don't have my long list of health and fitness tips, but I got some good information to give today. So, what you got going on, Charity? How are you doing? So, health and fitness topics for today, kind of for my older crew. So, like my 30 and up crew. That's what our topics are about today. If I don't see him, please tell him I'm waiting for him and my chocolate. He'll be happy to hear that. I already know. I think that's why he wanted you in the live yesterday. So hopefully when if you're not on, well, if you're not on here, when he gets on, hopefully he'll see your messages. I don't know why I feel like my Wi-Fi is acting wonky today, y'all. But I'm walking. Y'all already know I have my left hip problem. I had to push through today. So that's nothing I want to talk to y'all about is pushing through. As long as it's not gonna make things worse. Sometimes you gotta push through, even if it's something that don't seem so difficult. Because getting on here and walking may not seem like a difficult task. It's like, oh, you're just walking. But when your hip slash back is killing you, shoot, any task at that point becomes difficult. So I almost thought about canceling today. It still gives me problems. You're headed to the zoo this morning. Oh yeah, I forgot you're in San Diego with the kiddos. Okay. Well, have fun at the zoo. But yeah, my hip is still giving me problems. It's like my hip slash back, and then it like lingers into my thigh. So I don't even know where to begin on who to get help from. So I don't know. I got to figure that out. But yeah, I just had to push through this morning. I definitely was like, you know what? I'm just gonna cancel. They'll understand. They know my hip hurts. I had a doctor's appointment this morning. So I'm like, they'll understand. And I'm like, girl, stop making excuses. Cause you see how I'm dressed. I got my sweatpants on. I was like, I'm going basic today. So this is one of those days I just had to push through. That sounds uncomfortable. No, okay. So I'm low key scared to go to one because they just be cracking and bending and twisting. It's a story just came out where this woman won like a whole bunch of money from being paralyzed from a chiropractor. And I'm like, well, I don't want the money that bad. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, Teresa. What's going on? You always look cute no matter what you wear. Well, thank you for being so kind, Charity, because that's what that is, a kind comment. Because I know I look bummy, but I am comfortable. I will tell you that. I'm comfortable. I love a good sweatpants, though. This honestly, like if somebody said, hey, girl, let's go get something to eat, I'm ready. Unless there's a dress code, you might want to tell me prior. Because I love me some sweatpants. I mean, I might wear a cuter top, like something a little more fitting to the body, but and maybe I put on my better sweatpants. These are like my go outside sweatpants. So maybe I have to try one. I'm just worried about going and they do something to make matters worse. I'm gonna have to look into one. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask people. I'm gonna put it in my story, and I'm gonna see if people know anyone I can go to that they trust. Cause I don't. I definitely need to be seen by somebody. All right, I'm gonna ramp myself up a little bit. What time are you headed to the zoo right now? Like as you're in the chat, or you're like getting up and a little bit to go? Charity. Teresa, you at work right now? I'm trying to give people a little bit of time to get in the chat. LJ, if you find a good one, you will like it. Mine is really good. Okay. Okay. So is the chiropractor normally something that's better to pay out of pocket or use insurance for? Because sometimes certain things that don't cost that much or whatever the price is, I'd rather pay out of pocket versus using my insurance. Because sometimes I realize that companies change the price based off if you're paying out of pocket or insurance. So hey Elliot, what's going on? You better speak that. He's a wonderful savior. I love it. I'm sitting down having breakfast in the room while I wait for the rest of my sleepy heads to wake up. Well, that's nice. You get a little bit of peace right now. I'm surprised they weren't up and ready to go before you. God bless you too, Elliot. Teresa, I like those joggers you wear. Well, girl, I might need to show you my lineup because these are comfortable. And trust me, my closet is full. Elliot, you're doing push-ups? Okay. What's your goal for today? I said I was gonna start working on getting my pull-ups back together. I have a pull-up bar you can put in the door. I really want to get back to doing pull-ups. Some take insurance, but not all. Mine doesn't, but he can have all my money because he is good. So what is it based off like an hourly session? Like how, if you don't mind sharing, what's like the hourly or whatever per session cost? I don't mind paying out of pocket. I've definitely learned that sometimes it's better pay out of pocket than using insurance anyway. Praise God. Read the Bible and word out. Elliot, I'm actually on the Old Testament right now. I've been going strong for 160, I think 166 days now, 65 days, where I haven't missed reading my Bible. Right now, I am in Esther, so that's where I'm at right now. I think chapter like 9 or 10 right now. Is it Janique? Janique? Hey, what's going on? Thank you for joining the chat. LJ mind change. What else? One session. He does a full scan. Oh, that's cheaper than I thought, Charity. I was thinking it's gonna be like 150 or something outrageous. That's not bad at all. So I'll definitely make sure I reach out. Elliot, yeah, I love that book. My favorite is James, though. I love James and just all the different things James speaks about as far as like patience and anger. My favorite verse is James 1:19. So y'all check that out. Is it Janique? Yeah, you got, or tell me like how to say it better if I'm not saying it right. Richard. Okay, London. I love when y'all come from all different parts. So hey, Richard. Guys, please remember to keep the chat respectful. Welcome in, Elliot. Subscribe. Yeah, y'all thumbs up, subscribe. We talk about a little bit of everything on here. We talk about health and fitness for the most part. I share my medical condition from time to time, just kind of educate people on it. What about James 1:1? The 12 tribes. What do you mean? What are you asking about it? I mean, I like all of James. I'm just saying James 1:19 is my favorite. Maria, yeah, I remember you. How are you doing? Welcome to the chat again. Thank y'all for coming in and speaking and engaging. Because one thing to go to someone's channel and like watch them, which is always amazing, but it's even better when you engage. So you're doing good. He's greeting the 12 tribes abroad. Charity, welcome, Maria. What is your favorite scripture, Richard? Whew. So I'm coming up on about half a mile right now. Normally I try to walk for a certain distance, but I think today I'm just going for time due to the fact that my hip has been giving me problems. Y'all already know that I tell y'all whenever you're dealing with something, you want to try to push yourself, but if it's going to make it worse or if it causes pain, that's when you need to stop, okay? There's a difference between motivation, discipline, and then just need to listen to your body. Because a part of me, I want to stay disciplined on coming on here. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Okay, I have to look at that. I'm not really familiar. Even though I read Deuteronomy, I'm not familiar with that. Isaiah 40:31. Wait upon the Lord, shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings. They shall run, not be weary, and they shall walk. What version of the Bible do y'all read? What translation? I'm NLT. So, but I think sometimes people confuse discipline and listening to their body. Like, yes, I want to continue to get on here, keep myself accountable and working out, sticking to my schedule, because I also want y'all to understand I'm trying to be consistent. But sometimes you do have to listen to your body and know when to like take a day. Just like on Sunday when I wasn't feeling good, even though it was just a juice day, I just wasn't feeling good to even juice. Dante, what's going on, Dante? We were just talking about you. I love the New King James Version. The New King James, okay, so it seems like all y'all like King James Version. The thing about King James Version is like, isn't it kind of like Old English a little bit? I used to like King James, but then I kind of like NLT a little bit just because I feel like I'm able to understand what they're saying a little better. But from time to time, I go to King James like as a reference to make sure I'm understanding exactly how to try to translate it. Like it's y'all. Good morning. Brian, how fast you going? I'm at 3.3 miles per hour. But welcome in the chat, Brian. Oh, snap, Charity. What's up? Yeah, Dante, we knew you were. What's up, twin? What's going on? Welcome into the chat. Richard, did you know you're an Israel? Well, Richard, that is a topic that can linger for a very long time and is a big discussion. Dookie girl is not the old, complicated, easy. Okay. I need to look. So I have two different ways I read the Bible. I do the Bible app because sometimes I like to hear the names because I don't know how to say all the different names in the Bible. So I'll read along as it's speaking. So sometimes I do that. I do have my hard copy Bible. I need to see what version that is. And then I have a Bible study book as well. So I'll see about King James. I'll see about looking at that version. Great friendly atmosphere here. Oh yeah, we keep it great friendly atmosphere. That's what we all about in here. Good vibes. I have some moderators in here who know how to keep the vibes right where they need to be. What's going on, Dante? Trying to catch up. Oh snap! Where's my chocolate at? Oh snap! It's in the freezer when you come to get it. Y'all funny. Please read Deuteronomy. Okay, I'm gonna read Deuteronomy. I'm gonna read it, which talks about disobedience. Okay, I'm gonna look at that because I haven't seen that part. Hassan, I've missed you, Hassan. I'm good. How are you doing? I've really missed you. I feel like I'm always wondering where you are. Hoping you're okay. Blessings, sister. Thank you. Blessings to you as well. Yes, it's me. I've been doing good. Oh yeah, I'm always praying for everybody. So big prayers. For sure, for sure. Elliot. All right, everybody happy to see you back, Hassan. You've been MIA, but I understand you all have lives, so I get it. I just always miss you all when you're not in the chat. So I'm always happy to see my core, and y'all know who you are. So yeah, we just missing Pow Pow. As far as the core people I know, Pow Pow, Art of War, and then AK starting to become part of the core. Hot Wing. Joshua, what's going on, Joshua? Okay, Brian said I got a walking pad. We could go. I'm at 12.8 speed, now 30 minutes. Oh, 2.8. I was at 12.8, 2.8. Okay, cool. So I've been walking. Let's see. Okay, I'm only at 16 minutes. So you're ahead of me right now, Brian. How long do you plan on walking? I think today I'm going to do an hour, but it always depends on how engaging the. Okay, I'm trying to check to see if it was frozen. Ain't I smooth for getting on and off? Let me pull y'all a little closer. I feel like I'm having like reach to see the chat. So sometimes I get this sleepy. I'm just not able to get it. Oh, okay. I hear that. I totally understand, Hassan. I know I changed my time. I pushed it back by 30 minutes. I used to get on at 11 o'clock. So I do know that 30 minutes makes a world of difference. So it's all good. Have you strength training in your schedule? So yes, I did arms and back yesterday. Tuesdays I walk. Tomorrow is stretching. Thursday is lower body strength. So I don't go live, but I will post it as a long form video. And then Friday will be probably full body strength. I'll go back and forth between full body cardio and full body strength, but I'll probably do full body strength on Friday instead of cardio. So yes, I definitely do strength training for sure. That's very important. Okay. Yeah, I'm new, but I'm gonna make it a daily for me. Yeah, Dante, you becoming part of the group. After a while, you might become a moderator. We'll see. My moderators, they got the position off the trust we built. So that's why I like Hassan, Pow, Charity, Teresa. I think right now those are my 4 moderators. Okay, Charity, have a good day. Enjoy the zoo. On Earth. You're way ahead of me. I break it up, laugh aloud, and sit. So how do you break it up, Brian? Like, are you saying you only walk for so long and then you'll stop and then get back on? Charity, remember Dante? Charity went to San Diego, taking the kiddos to explore and have fun. So they're getting ready to go to the zoo right now. So that's where Charity's going. So y'all just being nice because I know I look a mess. Well, I don't look a mess, but I don't look fitness ready. So the thing is, I had an appointment this morning and I made it to where it was early. Well, for one, they scheduled it yesterday. So I made it early enough to where I thought I'd have enough time to get back. But the appointment was in the city. And then when I got there, it took a little longer. I mean, they're normally pretty prompt on time, unlike most doctor's appointments, where it's like you go there and it takes forever to get seen. But if you come late, it's a whole problem. But no, they're pretty good with it being timely. So I got there. The appointment was only supposed to take like 20 minutes. It took maybe like 40. And then I was trying to edit some videos so I could post it on my social media. So once I get done with this, I gotta finish posting it. And by the time I got home, I was like, well, this is what you get. my comfort outfit. 6 sets, 5 minutes at 2.8. Oh, okay. Even though I say I look a mess, really I love wearing sweats. Sweats are my go-to. Anybody who knows me knows I love a good sweat, a good pair of sweats. So I'm always wearing sweats. Or I used to wear sweats with like a long t-shirt. Now I'm trying to cute it up a little bit. So now I do my sweats like maybe a more, I'll say, tight fitting shirt that just makes the fit kind of look cute with maybe some Jordans or something like that. Not like a running shoe or a walking shoe. I dress it up a little bit. Yep, I hate waiting long. Yeah, that's the only reason why I scheduled this appointment the way I did is because I normally don't have any problems with going to this location. So I was pretty much in and out. It's comfy. Yes. I made sure y'all all my sweatpants because this is very comfortable, especially the way my hips been feeling. And I've been feeling inflamed for the past couple of days. So this look is giving. You have to go, Hassan. You're going to the So I'm going to the pool today with my homegirl. Well, thank you for just even coming on, Hassan. I'm just glad I even got to see you come on here and engage with the chat. So good. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow. I'm doing a stretching video tomorrow. So take care, Hassan. Have a good day. I'll be on tomorrow. So I was supposed to be taking my nephew to the pool, but I got too much I need to get done. So we'll try to go another day this week. So I do got some good topics for y'all today. Dante, I made one of the topics for you because you like to drink alcohol. Elliot, Exodus 3:7, and the Lord said, I have listening to my people which are in Egypt and have heard the reason of their past and their sorrows. Have a good day, Hassan. So Dante, for you, I have a good one. We're gonna talk about alcohol. How old is everybody in the chat for the most part? I think I've gotten everybody's age, but like Dante, how old are you? I'm just interested to know. Because my topics today are really about your 20s to your 30s and some of the differences. So I'm just kind of interested. I'm very comfy. I'm glad y'all noticed because, yeah, I'm so relaxed. Very comfy. I may have to see they got some like cute little sweatpant outfits or something that ain't too hot. But yeah, I feel comfortable today. But tell me your age, Dante. Or anybody else in the chat who wants to give their age. I'm just interested in kind of knowing what age you all are to see if my topics will hit, if y'all will understand them, or you can't relate because you're not even in the age group. But I think mostly everybody can that come on here. Okay, been walking for 25. King Bob. Oh, King Bob, you're 9. Well, I'm glad I keep things, for all ages. But welcome to the chat. You must be on somebody else's channel using their username. Elliot, you're 17. Okay, I think I remember you telling me your age. And it might have been someone else that was around your age. Maybe I'm confusing y'all. But, so you don't even have the topic I'm going to hit for Dante because Dante likes to drink. But one of the things I was going to hit is alcohol and the effects it has on the body. That's one of the things we're going to talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that now. So we talked about alcohol just because, well, it made me want to talk about this because Dante's always talking about how he's going to drink. And so I just want y'all to understand that drinking is okay to do. It's just, once again, just like everything else that we always talk about, like sugars and salts and everything else that we love, we just got to do it in moderation and portion control, especially if you have goals that you're trying to meet when it comes to your physique or just your health in general. So one thing that alcohol does is it reduces your REM sleep. And y'all know your REM sleep is where alcohol is bad. Well, do you think wine is bad? Or just alcohol? Well, thanks for toughing it out. Thank you, Dante. But alcohol affects your REM sleep, which is that's where you're mostly restored. It's called the restorative phase. Basically, where your body is able to rebuild itself and recover when you hit that REM sleep. So when you drink alcohol, that's what gets affected. Also, your muscle repair and growth. All right, because if your REM sleep is affected, that gets affected as well. And then because your body tries to metabolize the alcohol first, it slows down your fat burning. So it's a temporary thing, but your body prioritizes what it's going to break down first. So if you're trying to lose weight, when you drink alcohol, that becomes your body's priority with breaking down. So it stops fat burning temporarily, takes care of the alcohol, and then proceeds. Okay, Dante, you're 33. Okay, I did know that. Alcohol is also very calorie dense. So that's a lot of times why people are gaining weight when they drink. I think because it's a liquid, people kind of confuse it because it's not something you're physically like eating. A lot of times we think about calories, we think about like carbs and like um I think people confuse it with, with the foods we consume, but you can gain just as much weight from drinking alcohol. I think it's like 7 calories to the gram. So, and it also dehydrates you. It pulls water from you, so it's kind of like a diuretic. So, so it's not really about what you drink alone, but normally when people drink, what they also do, it only comes with eating pizza, wings. It's rare that I hear people say, I'm about to eat salmon, some rice, and broccoli, and drink a beer. You may hear them say they're going to drink some wine. I hear that, but you don't really hear them say they're going to drink a beer. So a lot of times when we're consuming alcohol, it does make us want to go for more of the fried or heavy carb foods. But what you can do, avoid, what you want to do is avoid drinking alcohol after your workouts. So remember, after your workouts, your body is focusing on burning, right? Because whether you do strength training or cardio, you're burning calories. So we don't want to halt that progress. We want to keep that going. So you want to hold off on drinking until a little later. And then you want to limit drinking to maybe 1 or 2 times a week, and then 1 or 2 drinks. Uh, but there are lower calorie options if you just feel like you have to drink. You can do vodka soda, or you can do like a light beer. Um, but you already know how I feel about everything. I just want everybody to live life in a way that makes them happy. But I just always try to educate y'all on ways to get the best of both worlds, to where you can try to maintain being healthy for as long as possible, while also getting things you love. So I always say it's just about moderation and portion control. For the most part, because things like alcohol, you start to build a tolerance. I think that's where the problem kind of comes when people who like drink alcohol. Eating sugar and salt, you don't really build up a tolerance. You may build up being greedy, where the bigger you get, you may just want to consume more. But that's a little easier to maintain. I think when it comes to like alcohol or even like drugs in general, you tend to build a tolerance. And so what happens, you need more and more and more of it to reach that sweet spot, is what I'll say. So you're so far up the list, laugh out loud. So yeah, I don't say anytime I come on here, I don't talk nothing bad necessarily. I feel like about anything. I just trying to spit some facts for y'all, just to give y'all a little knowledge. And it's at y'all discretion to use it or not. But oh yeah, I saw where you said you would no drug. I smoke weed. People consider weed to be a drug, but I did see where you said you were 33. I saw that. Don't do drugs, kids. Um, but that really is the problem. Is people's tolerance for it. And y'all do know the more fat you have on your body, the more it takes for your body to actually feel it. So I'm a lightweight to begin with because I don't drink. So all it takes is me getting like one drink, and even then, it can be something very light, and I'm gonna feel good right there. I tell people all the time, I think it's good not to build up a tolerance, because why would I want to spend more money? People think it's cool to be like, oh, I have such a high tolerance, but you spend more money to get to where you want to be. I just need one drink and I'm good, but I don't drink. Ain't no way weed is a drug. Hey, I'm just a messenger. Is it Nair? When should I marry you? You're so funny. But I appreciate the I guess the gesture. Just work out and everything in moderation. That's really what it is, Dante. That's all you gotta do. Work out everything in moderation. Listen to your body. Make sure you're drinking water. You just gotta remember your kidneys. You know, your kidneys is what flushes out a lot of your toxins. So you gotta think about that too. The more you do things like that, it's gonna affect your kidneys and your liver. So you just gotta think about how much work you're gonna put your body under. So let's talk about the key differences from your 20s to your 30s. So anybody who went from your 20s to the 30s, y'all can chime in. Um, but you, okay, I won't get ahead of myself. I actually found it interesting, some of the things I found out. But the key difference is, of course, recovery takes longer. We all know that, right? Even from those who do like to drink, I'm pretty sure you realize from your college days or just your younger years to now, it takes you a little longer to recover. You wake up in the morning and you're like, man, I used to be able to just bounce back. Not so much anymore. Um, Injuries are more common. So I think I told y'all, I definitely realized for me, I have to stretch more. Or if I go to the gym, I'll just start with a lower weight. Like if I'm doing, whatever exercises I'm doing, whatever circuit, I'll just start that first round with like a lower weight. That way I actually know I'm warming up the muscles I'm gonna use. Right now I'm eating barbecue wings. But I think you look pretty slender though. And I think from the real I saw Dante, you look like you're pretty slender. Um, but yeah, I told y'all I have to make sure I stretch. Me, I used to just take off and do what I wanted. Now I have to make sure I stretch. And y'all know I even added a stretching day, which is tomorrow. So every Wednesday we stretch. So join me tomorrow to stretch. Your metabolism slows down a little bit, but I'm gonna hit that a little more too because there's a little more to that than just you hit 30 and metabolism slows down. There's a little more to that. So when it does come to, I missed one part. When it comes to your injuries, just make sure you're focusing on warming up and mobility. Okay. So those are two things you want to do there. Our priority shift. So energy, like when we're like in our 20s, we're just very active, right? We're always wanting to go, 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 go. And then the older we get, our priorities kind of shift on why we're working out. I think it goes from like an aesthetic thing when we're in our 20s. We just want to look good. And then when we get older, we're trying to maintain our energy. We're doing it for our mental health. It's like, oh, let me go for a walk. I'm stressed. But then also, I think our discipline and motivation kind of shifts from 20 to 30. Um, I think in our 30s, we just realize that we are getting older and we start looking at more, like, especially when our parents start getting older, by the time we hit our 30s, we start understanding health issues a little better and just knowing that we got to take care of ourselves. I think by our 30s, you're trying to focus on family. So we're out of college now. We're a little more stable in our careers. So I think priorities change a little differently. It's all down here after 30. When we going to Applebee's, why gotta be Applebee's? Hi, you are amazing. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? I was gonna try to say your name, but I think I'm gonna mess it up. I'll just say Young. How you doing, Young? And this other name, I'm sorry, I'll mess your name. Wherever you like. It depends if you never trained during your teenage and 20s downhill. If you train all your life, your prime. Yeah, for the most part, I've always trained. So I've been running track since I was a little one. I ran track in college, and now I just kind of stay active. So I feel like I'm gonna look like. I pray I still look like this when I hit about 45, 50. So yeah, I know I'm 37 now. I turned 38 at the end of the year. But really, it's about your skin. It's about your collagen. It's about drinking your water. Oh, you got stamina for real and legs. That's why I'm in my prime. Okay. I agree. I do think because I've worked out and for the most part now I have transitioned to doing low impact. I think when you spend a lot of time doing high impact, if you do that for a long period of time, that's where your body starts to break down. But the fact that I am still active, but I transitioned doing low impact, I think that's worked out for sure. Um, you don't gain weight. I know I count my blessings. For the most part, I think I've been almost the same weight, even from high school. I think maybe high school, I may have been like 110, 112. Now I err more so at 120. I don't I don't run as much. So it really does start thinking about like your joints and ligaments and things like that. Um, People tend to stop working out when they get older. I think the older people get, they feel like, oh, I can't lift weights. But that's where people are failing themselves because you want to make sure you're keeping that muscle mass. Muscle mass isn't just a aesthetics look. It's also a way to keep your body stable. Um, everything works hand in hand. LJ, you're beautiful, no doubt. You ain't got to stress too hard. Any calisthenics. Okay, so I used to do that a lot. Y'all know, well, I guess not everybody knows, but I was on American Ninja Warrior. So I used to be really into that. I don't do it as much anymore. Uh, so I've slowed down with it. But I used to prefer doing that over strength training. Dante, I told y'all I don't stress. I try not to stress anyway because if we talked about hormones, and that's one of the other things I was going to talk about the key differences between our 20s and our 30s or the hormone changes that happen. So, cortisol is the main hormone that we tend to worry about more in our 30s. I think when we're like in our 20s, the biggest thing is like, what am I going to do with my life? We're trying to figure that out. But as far as having like, and it all depends on how you grew up. So I'm not trying to take away from anybody who did have a hard life in the 20s. Um, but I'm just speaking on more like the average person. I love the fact that you are talking while you walk. You got children? No, Elliot, I don't have any children, but I do want some children. I know my clock is ticking, y'all. You ain't got to tell me. But I do want kids for sure. Maybe one, maybe two. Two at max, but at least want one. Yeah, young. I gotta walk and talk. This is me showing the low impact. That low impact still helps. It's better than nothing for one, but it is better on your joints, your ligaments. People talk about having bad knees. This is a great way to get your workout in. Um, and I think it helps a lot. I love it. Don't worry about the clock. I try not to worry about the clock, but geez, people are always so negative. Hey, pal, pal. Yep, we were definitely looking for you. Hassan was in here earlier. Hassan was here earlier. Charity was here earlier. Charity had to leave because she is in San Diego, so they're going to the zoo. I pray for you in your 30s. You focus on more. Yeah, you're right, Dante. So that's what I was getting ready to go. That's what I was getting ready to say is that not only do we go through hormonal changes, but where I was going with the cortisol issue is that cortisol is a hormone that I think we deal with more heavily in our 30s because at that point we're more focused on family, we're focused on bills, we're focused on hitting some major milestones in our lives. Like people want to buy a house, there's certain things that you just want to prove to yourself, to your parents, to your friends. So I think in your 30s, you're more so like really trying to get after it. Uh, yeah, never too late. I received that. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think when I was in my 20s, so at that point, I was in, I graduated from college. How old was I? Like 22, 23, somewhere in there. Graduated from college. I bought a house, but I would never have known to do that. My parents helped me. I ain't gonna lie. They didn't help me financially, but they're the ones who helped me mentally, like, understand, like, how to handle things. Because I probably would have got an apartment, blah, blah, blah. So I had a dog. I felt like I was living a life. Had a good job. Where you at, pal? Pal? I was trying to teach my father to use his new phone, the base. Oh, I already get that, pal, pal. But no worries. Y'all already know. I don't ever, I'm not going to stress. But I'm always appreciative when y'all jump in. So it's never a worry if you're not able to get in right on time. The fact that you came at all is what I care about. Um, but all I was basically talking about is how from 20 to 30, yeah, your priorities just shift a lot. I think once I hit my 30s, I just wanted so much more for my life. And so your stress levels kind of increase. Now that I'm 37, I think I look at life different, and I have hit a lot of milestones since. So, and then you started, after a while, you just start realizing that life is what you make it, right? Can't nobody tell me nothing. Because I hate my apartment. I mean, I'm in an apartment right now. I'm looking to buy a house next year. I set my goal, well, by my second home. So, got to make sure everything's in order first. I'm 37, 37. I'm almost 40. So I'm definitely ready to get out of an apartment. I didn't live. I bought my house in Texas, and then I decided I want to change my whole career. Right. So at age like 20, how old was I? I want to say like 27, 28. I decided I want to change my whole career. So I moved from Texas to Atlanta, and Um, I knew I wanted to become entrepreneur. I knew I wanted to do something in fitness. So yeah, I started over, y'all, and that was very hard to do. I didn't know anybody really in Atlanta. Um, I remember when I got to my apartment here, I was living actually in no, was it Midtown? Yeah, I was living in Midtown Atlanta when I first moved to Atlanta. Um, I just remember sitting in my room looking up at the ceiling like, what do I do? I didn't even have a job, y'all. I'll be 38 in December. Okay, December what? Wow, you look 27. Definitely. That's why I like you young. I love a good compliment. Got a break. Yeah, you like my style, pow pow? It's called I'm comfortable. I used to live in Texas and then I moved to Atlanta. I moved to Atlanta, y'all. I didn't have no job. I just came here with a dream. And I still feel like I'm kind of living, like I'm still trying to finish that dream all the way through. I've had some good experiences since being here, but I'm not fully where I want to be. I don't think we ever get to a position of really being where we want to be. I think the minute we hit one goal, that goal just moves a little further out. So that's where I'm at. So Another thing I want to hit y'all about is your metabolism myths. So everybody always talks about how, like, once you hit a certain age, and people keep backing it up, right? So when I was 30, people, or when I was in my 20s, people were like, "Oh, when you hit 30, everything's gonna change for you." Um, and then I hit my 30s, and people saw that it didn't change. And people were like, "Oh, well, when you hit 35." So y'all don't listen to what everybody has to say. Life hits people differently, and it treats people differently. See, when you drink your water and mind your business, I guess you look younger. That's what I've been doing. Drinking water, mind my business, and reading the Bible. Okay? Thought you were from Florida and you moved to Atlanta, and now I heard about Texas. So I've lived all over, Pow. I've lived in New Jersey, New York, Texas. I am from Florida, and then now I live in Atlanta. Well, a part of Atlanta. I ain't gonna tell y'all exactly where I live, but we'll say Atlanta. Exactly, that's what I said about the negative people. Yeah, you're right. Will always put you down, like when you reach this, when you reach that. Exactly. I've always been told when I reach a certain age, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. So now that I'm over 35, it's like now they're like, oh, when you hit 40, okay, y'all, hush. But so these are the myths I want to talk to y'all about for when y'all hit your 30s. So everybody always says everything dramatically changes, especially your metabolism when you hit 30. It's actually very gradual that things change. I will say, have I recognized change in my body? Yes. The biggest thing you'll see over time is muscle loss, but the biggest thing is people are moving less. LJ Fraby might pull up and have fun. Actually, have seen all the American places I like. Oh, that's cool. But you also got to go to Cali, Pow. The thing that people are missing when it comes to like their metabolism are things that change over time. I'm gonna give y'all the key thing because it's not a secret. It's less movement. That is the problem. That is the problem for anybody who tells you, oh, your body changes. No, you changed, which caused your body to change. A body in motion stays in motion. So as we get older, our priorities change, which is natural, right? Especially if we have kids. Our kids become the center of our world, and then we start focusing on them. So the problem is we move less. Like I went from being like think about it in high school. High school, I played middle school, high school. I played basketball, I ran cross country, I did track and field. And then from there, I went to college. I just ran track and field. But then I was in the military, so I was still active there. Now that I'm out the military, do you think I'm as active as I was? I'm not running track and field anymore. I coach it now, but I'm not actually running. Um, I'm not doing PT anymore. I'm not out here playing tag like we used to in elementary school. So just think, the older you get, the things that you're doing changes. People make excuses for going to the gym, so they're not going to the gym as much. All right, Dante, I'm glad you were able to hop in. Thank you for joining today. See you later, Dante. It's key to surround yourself with positive people. For sure, for sure. Jill, Young. I've been to New York and New Jersey. There was the chance to visit Philly, but I had. Oh, Philly ain't all that anyway. You ain't miss nothing, Pow. Be safe, Dante. But your background is crazy, okay? Any tips for poor back? So where at are you having issues with your back? Reluctant gamer. Where at? Because I have issues with I feel like it's like my sciatica, but I'm not sure. But I have issues in this area. So tell me a little more about your back issues. You have the athletic base. Yeah, I've always been an athlete for sure. My parents put us in everything growing up, like gymnastics, softball, uh, tap. They put us in everything. Just I even played flag football. They put us in everything so we can kind of see what we like. And we just went from there. Lower back stiffness and right shoulder blade. The back's no joke. I never work out, always sitting in car. So I think that's your biggest issue is it causes your body to stiffen up. That's the reason why I walk. I will say that even though I do have a lower back pain, that when I do get on here and walk, it does start to feel better. I started stretching every Wednesday, Reluctant Gamer, because what was happening is my hip was getting tight. So normally I stretch the back, well, everything, hamstrings, quads, but my main focus on my back and my hip. But that's the biggest thing is make sure you're stretching and moving. When you're sitting in the car all day, and also depending on your posture, that's what's going to start causing you to have back problems. So you got to make sure you're staying active, you're moving. If you go to the gym, just make sure you're starting with light weight because, you know, when it comes to working out, you make one bad move, and that's also what could cause back problems. Especially when you don't even have to necessarily just lifting heavy. Any type of resistance can cause you to mess yourself up if your form isn't proper. But Philly got a great story. Plus, it was a city of rock. Okay, you're right, Pow Pow. So I started initiating stretching every Wednesday. Last week was my first week doing it. So tomorrow, I'll be back tomorrow just to stretch. Because, yeah, I'm realizing now that it is important to keep the body loose. Because I don't even know how my back got messed up. I haven't been doing anything that should have caused any stress to it. I don't lift heavy, so I don't know what happened. So yeah, this is a walking pad. It only goes up to 3.8 miles per hour, but there are more out there that do other things. I am going to get, and I've been saying this for a while, y'all, but it just hasn't been my priority to get one right now. But I'm going to invest in one. I'm going to get an incline walking pad because an incline walking pad works your posterior chain. So your posterior is your backside. So it really works your calf, hamstrings, glutes, and back when you're walking at that incline. So I will say if you are having issues with your back, walking at an incline is good to do. And the walking pad, this one's like $100, but you can get it from cheaper. I've seen them on Amazon a little cheaper. This came from a TikTok shop. So, but to sum up what I was saying, y'all, about your metabolism and people thinking it just drops when you hit 30. Overall, to sum it up, is not your age, but your habits. So look at how much your habits are changing. So you can take it all the way back to like elementary school, and you'll know you made a lot of different changes in your life. So key things that you want to make sure you're doing is make sure that you are lifting weights 2 to 4 times a week. It doesn't have to be for a long period of time. I always say try to get in 30 minutes. And you want to make sure you're doing compound movements. Compound movement is where you're working on more than one muscle group at a time. So for instance, a bicep curl is an isolated movement, right? All I'm really focusing on are my biceps, right? But a compound movement, burpees, for instance, or squat to shoulder press, something that's going to engage multiple muscle groups at one time. That's what you really want to focus on. 2 to 4 times a week. You want to make sure you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I've been taking melatonin to help me with my sleep because, y'all, I was not doing so hot with that. I'm always waking up in the middle of the night. And you also just make sure you're staying active. I try to tell people you don't have to come up with an elaborate workout plan. When it comes to strength training, I always say just come up with like 3 to 4 exercises that you can do. And then if you want to follow my page, Get Fit with LJ, either here on YouTube or my Instagram, I'm always showing short reels of different exercises you can do for different muscle groups. And the last thing, of course, is managing your stress. I do not know how to say your name, so I'm sorry. But hey, welcome to the chat. Melatonin lays you out. So it will have me waking up kind of groggy sometimes, depending on how much I take. I started off taking like 3 milligrams, then it was 5. And then as of late, I found myself doing 10 because I felt like I wasn't. Sorry, y'all. It just couldn't connect for a minute. I don't know what was going on, but I had to try to reconnect things. So you take 2 gummies. You take what type of gummies do you take? Is it melatonin? Is it ashwagandha? So I'm almost hitting my goal for the day, y'all. I said my goal for the day was at least hit 1 hour. My hip is feeling better. Normally I feel my hip start to tighten up once I sit down for a while and then try to get back up. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Just try to get up, get moving, even though your body's like, no, I don't want to. The longer you stay sitting, it is going to get worse. I promise you. Because I would tell you, I did not feel like getting on here walking today because like, oh, my hip and my back are killing me. But I've been walking now for almost an hour and I feel so much better. Yep, magnesium is better for sleep. I tried melatonin into a tea. 10 minutes later, I fall asleep like That's funny, Papa. Yeah, thanks for your help. No problem. I'm definitely just learning as I go as well. But I have realized that with my back and hip, because like I was in the grocery store earlier trying to get a few things, and even as I'm walking down the aisle, I'm like, oh, my back. There's no way I'm walking today. It hurt just to walk inside the store. So that's why I almost came up with an excuse for why I couldn't get on today. And then once I got on here, y'all started engaging with me. It made it a lot easier because I was like, ain't no way. So then I was like, well, I'm not going to give myself a time. Normally I try to hit like 3 to 5 miles. And I was like, I'm not even going to give myself a distance because I didn't know how fast I would want to walk. But y'all, I walked for an hour and I'm already over 3 miles. So I hit my goal. Uncle Wayne, you still walking? Hold on, I'm about to call you. You're funny. Just know if I was ever stuck anywhere, I don't mind walking. I'm gonna get that walking. I might get the incline. Yeah, I would definitely say if you had to pick between the two, I would go with the incline one versus buying this one and then one incline one later. I didn't know how disciplined I was gonna be with using it because the incline one is a little more expensive. So I went with this one, and now I'm like, dang it, because I've been doing good. I've been using it now for the past 3 months. So this one all together with tax probably came out to like 112 all together, tax and everything. So that was so strong. I had a great rest, but I lost control of myself after that hurt teeth. I was not able to stay awake. You are just walking today or doing another type of training afterwards? No, today is just cardio day. So I might even go outside and walk a little later depending on how I'm feeling. But Tuesdays are my cardio day. Yesterday was arms and back. So if you want to do arms and back with me, look at my live from yesterday. That was arms and back. I use kettlebells, 15-pound kettlebells, 12-pound and 15-pound dumbbells. I can imagine her stomach from how she walks. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so it's about the same price there. I'm pushing through, Teresa. Yeah, I'm pushing through. I mean, I hit my goal for today. Gil, what's going on, Gil? I feel like everybody has just been popping in the chat today, just at different times. That's amazing. We just still haven't seen. I'm so glad that we got to see Hassan today. We got to see AK. Was that Sunday? So I'm just missing Art of War. Definitely push it through. Yeah, I'm feeling good, y'all. I'm just happy that I reached my goal for today. I definitely said I at least want to do an hour. So I hit that. I said I want to do a minimum of 3 miles. I hit that. So I'm feeling pretty good. I know I have to drink my water. I was feeling a little dehydrated today. And maybe that'd be something I'll talk about another time, but you definitely have to listen to your body when it comes to dehydration. So I was feeling dehydrated even when I went to my appointment. And I was going to drink up some water before, but I was like, I'm going to have to use the restroom. So as soon as I get off of here, I got to make sure I drink some water. Here, I'm sorry, my chat froze. An hour. So like, yeah, no worry, Gib. You should do pull-ups or hanging back. That's what I need. Yeah, I have a pull-up bar that sits like you put it in the where the hinge of your door is at. So I said I'm gonna start incorporating that back into my fitness regimen. I don't know why I haven't, but yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put it up today, see how I feel. So I'm gonna slow my walking pad down. Remember we talked about warming up. So you have to remember if you're warming up, you gotta what? Cool it down. So the best thing I do when I'm trying to cool down from getting on the walking pad is I went from walking like I think I was walking 3.3. So now it's at 2 miles per hour. And I try to get my heart rate under 100. That way when I step off the walking pad, I don't feel dizzy, I don't feel wobbly, and I feel stabilized. I don't know if you've ever been walking really fast or running and you just stop, and it's almost like your body still wants to keep going. So the best way I try to get my body back down is I just slow the walking pad down. So I'm in my cool down right now. How many steps a day? Oh, I'm sorry. Am I skipping some of y'all? Jill said, how do you feel in terms of energy levels? You feel really hyped up during the day or tired and sleepy? So the fact that I get my workout done during the earlier part of the day, so it is now 12:42. So at this point, after this, I'll probably make myself some lunch. So normally I feel pretty good. When you work out, you release endorphins and dopamines. And so with that, you should be in a good mood. Energy level should be high. So I always feel pretty good. And I think days where I work my body a little more, I also sleep better. So I definitely recommend trying to work out earlier in your day because you also feel more productive, right? So now I can ride this wave of feeling productive, feeling good about myself. It also makes me make better food choices. So yeah, right now I'm actually feeling a lot better. I came from my doctor's appointment and then went to the grocery store. Wasn't really feeling the best. Now that I walked, I feel so much better. And so now I feel like I'm gonna make better decisions throughout the day just from being on that high wave. How many steps a day do you recommend to lose weight? So, they used to say on average it takes 10,000 steps, but apparently that was something that was used back in the day as like a promo thing for some time. I forgot what it was that came out back in like I want to say like the 50s or something. But I don't really know if it's so much about the steps as far as it's really about the amount of energy you're exerting. So remember, it's always about the calories that you're exerting versus consuming. So as long as we're exerting more calories than we're consuming, that's how you're going to lose weight. As far as steps, of course, they just say 10,000, but I'm not sure if I would say everybody just needs to walk 10,000 steps because we're not all the same. We're not all the same height. We're not all the same weight. Our body composition is different. So to just say this many steps, I just think it's all about focusing on your calories. For me, because I have been working out as long as I have, like right now, let's see. So I've been walking for 72 minutes and I've only burnt 200 calories. Like, but I will continue to burn throughout the day. So that's another reason why it's good to start off early in the day with your workout because I'm not going to continue burning, right? It's that metabolic burn. But for somebody else who might have done this same exact workout or, just walk, might have probably burned closer to 400 or 500 calories depending on what their weight. So to lose weight, just make sure you're taking in less calories than you're exerting. So remember, it's 3,500 calories in a pound. So if you break that up, you want to make sure you're in a calorie deficiency of at least 500 calories per day if you're trying to lose weight. That'll give you 1 pound a week. On average, depending on what your weight is currently, the body can safely lose anywhere between 2 to 4 pounds. And what I mean by when I say safely, just means like you're not doing anything to drop weight significantly, and to lose it by just going to the gym and eating right. Yeah, about 2 to 4 pounds. Does it matter if you do 10K steps at once, or can I burn the same amount of calories on two shorter walks? So your body burns when you do everything in one. You tend to burn faster than if I broke it up because your body's temperature has increased. So right now, even so, for instance, that's the reason why I slowed my walking pad down because my body temperature has started to increase, my heart rate has started to increase, and so now I'm trying to get that back down. So when you do it all in one, you're able to keep your body temperature and your heart rate elevated for a longer period of time. So you're able to lose faster versus when you split it up. But is it going to be that significant of a difference? I don't think it's that much of a difference for me to say you'll be better off doing it at once. I think the fact that you're able to get the work done in general, I think is better than not at all. So, but I will say that I think that if you were to do it all in one setting, you would probably see more of a calorie burn than if you broke it up. But I can't tell you how big of a difference that really would be. Like I don't think it's. I can't say, well, it'll be 50 calories more if you did it all together. But I will say I don't think that the number would be that big for it to make that big of a deal if I did it together or separate. I think as long as you get the work done, that's what matters. And then before you know it, you probably will be doing it all at one time. Um, so yeah, I just like to knock mine out the way because I feel like the more of the day that goes by, I start making more excuses. So I feel like if I broke it up in half, that first half will probably be very strong, and then by the end, I'm probably like, I probably made about 10 excuses for why I can't get it done. At least I worked out earlier today already, or you know what I'm saying? So, but Gib, you might be disciplined a little better than me. You might be able to do 2 times. Me, like, there's no way I could have done 30 minutes of walking right now and then said I'm gonna do 30 minutes later. Because once I sit down, I probably would not have the motivation to want to get back up. I'll probably say, well, I did 30 minutes already. I'm good to go. But y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. I hit 3.75 miles today, so I'm happy about that. I hit my hour worth of walking. Okay, you're cooling down. So yeah, I'm feeling good. That was a good cool down walk. My heart rate is now officially under 100, so I feel good about getting off. So I just want to say thank you all for coming on here today. Tomorrow we are stretching. So yesterday was arms and back. Today was cardio, well, low impact walking. Tomorrow we are stretching. Then Thursday I'm posting my lower body workout. And then Friday is full body strength. So we did full body cardio last Friday. I'm trying to switch them off. So last week was cardio. This week we full body strength training. Um, and then Sunday will be another juice day. Okay. So I'm trying to figure things out, y'all. I know each month I'm adding new things to my routine. Try to keep it fresh. Try to keep it, a little spicy for y'all. Do a double bicep to finish up there. What's a double bicep? You mean like this flex? I don't know what a double bicep. Is that just flexing? Oh, show the gains from yesterday. I don't really have arm muscle. I don't think. Uh, thanks, LJ in chat. Enjoy the rest of your day. Uh, but thank you all for joining. Also, if you can, please join tomorrow so we can stretch. It's always a good time we can stretch and talk. The first round, I stretch with y'all and just talk it out. The second through the other rounds of what I'm doing, because I just do different stretches. I try to turn some music on, keep it nice, cool, and easy. Well, I really don't try to define my arms. I just want them to stay toned, but you know. But y'all, I enjoy seeing new faces. So Gib, it was good to see you back. Reluctant Gamer, thank you. Young, Elliot. Thank y'all for Elliot for coming back. But there was another person who came in here. But I just love seeing the new names. So I hope to see y'all again. And yet we can keep building this core family. So thank y'all for joining me. Join me tomorrow, 11:30, right here. Okay. 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. Y'all know what I always say. Be kind, be nice, have a good day. Thank you.